myself for that job.
What's your name, man?
Mike.
Mike?
Mm-hmm.
That's my best friend's name. How old are you? Mike was the first homeless person I interviewed. I spent the following 6 months unraveling as many different experiences as possible. Little did I know, these conversations would change my perspective entirely. How long you been out here on the streets for?
About 3 or 4 months.
3 or 4 months?
Here, yeah. Almost about 9 years.
Sorry. You good, dude? No worries.
Since last December.
Since last December?
I mean, I have a long period of homelessness.
I've been homeless on and off for 7 or 8 years, something like that.
4 or 5 years on and off.
Yeah, I was registered as a homeless 2013, but I've been homeless longer than that.
On and off since 2016.
This time, a little over a month.
And before? There's another time?
Off and on, most of the last decade.
About a month.
About a month?
Yeah.
Year and a half, year and 4 months, I think.
For over 4 years.
10 plus years.
A couple years.
Couple years?
Yeah.
Since 1999.
Probably about like 5 or 6 years.
About a year and a half now.
For 5 months.
Between 6.5 years, 7.
A year.
I lived what you call the homeless shelter life for about a year and a half to 2. Then I transitioned to what they call tent city. So I lived in the tent cities for about, oh God, maybe 5 years of it. It's hard because you don't have
You recording now?
I am. How old are you?
I'm 51.
What got you out here on the streets?
I did drugs 20 years ago. I fucking, I raised my daughter and I'm on the streets of Seattle. I like being outside. I like living inside houses. I like to pay rent. I make like $2,000 cash a month on Social Security checks because I worked for the union for like 25 years. And so when my dad kicked me out at 15, I made a lot of money.
I grew up in residential treatment, and then I was just kind of tossed out on the streets. I lived in a boarding care place for a while.
Moved here on the run from a cult.
What was that?
Moved here on the run from a cult.
From a cult.
God got me in a fight in downtown Olympia, put me in jail, got me in an assault charge, and I thought I was innocent. So I got in a fight with cops inside jail, inside the jail.
Okay.
And custodial assault, and they put me on DOC for a year. So back in probation. So I'm pretty much locked up on the streets. So and I got my disability, schizophrenia, spectrum disorder.
A series of things, yeah. Being evicted from apartments that I was renting because the landlord just wouldn't allow my behavior and got tired of me. So he evicted me. I was first diagnosed back in a long time ago, 1990, with schizophrenia.
I broke up with a boyfriend. He went crazy and threatened to kill me and himself at our apartment complex, and within those, back and forth, because I broke up with him, and then he shot my friend at the apartment complex. So I tried to call the cops, I tried to get help, I tried to get him, to a mental ward, but result after he shot my friend on August 2nd, 2016 in Kent, I got an eviction notice on my door because I was on a lease for criminal activity. Even though I was a victim and a witness to the crime, my property management company evicted me for that.
You know how you have family issues, and we couldn't see eye to eye, so I got on a plane and I flew as far as I could, and this was as far as I could go. Right now I'm dealing with my own problem. I'm an alcoholic, and I'm used to drinking like a half a gallon of liquor a day, so I'm kind of going through it in the process.
My husband beat me up, so I left Mercer Island and came to Seattle. A few years back, he pled guilty for rape to assault. So, not going back again.
Yeah.
When he drinks, he's mean. So, and he smokes that crack cocaine stuff.
We're a very data-driven society, especially these days, and so we do have numbers. We do have a real understanding in the last 25 years of what trauma does and how it's related to homelessness. And with that, I'm going to pass it over to Mary.
One of the prevalent questions that we ask within the trauma-informed care practice is, instead of asking what's wrong with you, ask what happened to you. Because generally when we see these behaviors, it's a response system from someone's past. And so even though we don't need the actual answer of what happened to you, it changes your framework. Trauma, so also can lead to like substance use, a lot of mental health, depression, onset of that. You don't have to have trauma to have mental health and substance use challenges, but it's layered, and substance use is a coping mechanism. When you're out there, you might see behaviors that you're frustrated by or challenged by. Just remember, they have a story that led them to where they are.
How do you live out here?
I just got out of jail, so I'm on probation right now.
You're on probation.
So it's like, I got food stamp, and I got shelter over here, like missions and part of life, they serve.
So they feed you?
Yeah, but sleeping is, I can't sleep inside. Sleeping too close to each other.
Is it sanitary? Is it dirty in there?
Well, pretty much, Yeah. It's hard to get a shower and stuff. It's like toilet.
Yeah.
Some people just can't make it. They do anyway. They like
Anywhere.
And, but I, put it fast enough. Sometimes I still have to, use around the area. Trouble is everywhere, like assaulting.
Yeah.
People using weapons and stuff, fight over things.
A lot of fighting out here?
Yeah.
Over belongings or what?
Yeah, stealings and dealing with each other,
Yeah.
drug, alcohol, stuff like that.
And do you use drugs or are you using alcohol or anything?
Yeah, I use pretty much everything, but I'm clean right now. I do the drugs and alcohol program. Got counselors and stuff, I got 2-year probation.
So you gotta be
for
clean?
4 to be assault. I got 2 strikes already. One more I'm out.
And what does out mean?
In prison for the rest of your life.
For the rest of your life?
Strike 1, strike 2, strike 3, you out. To me, it's not about drugs and alcohol. It's about violence, bullying. Skinny little guy, I knock your ass out, stuff like that. I've been end up in hospital, few times already, got broken bones and got cut, stitches and stuff.
Man.
I was in the jungles and stuff too, up, inside the wood, where people, tendings and having partying, shooting up, and smoking up, all kinds of things. People on drugs today. I mean, serious.
So you've always been outside.
That's how I, came from. I'm from Laos. So I'm a farmer. We live without running waters and electricity. We just, live. Amazon.
Yeah.
So I get used to it. But it's kind of cold in this country.
What's a normal day like?
Wake up, deal with a bunch of fucking crazy junkie tweakers, try to sell some sodas to get some cigarettes and move along with the day.
How many friends you made out here?
Hell no. Nobody's your friend out here, dude. Everybody's different. People come and go, but nobody's your friend out here, man. They'll be cool with you as long as you got something for them, but they'll all stab you in the back as soon as they look at you. I don't drink, don't do drugs. I smoke pot, but, look behind you. It's for all the cracks over there. The meth is over there. Heroin's behind me. I can point you out to 10, 15 different dealers right now. It's just not my bag, never has been. I'm waiting on housing right now as we speak. It's a whole communist system, man. You get on a list and you wait. You gotta wait for temporary housing, to wait to get into there, to wait for permanent housing. And until you do, you're just stuck out here.
Pretty boring?
Nah, depends on what you call boring. I mean, you can look around, get a show any day, any hour of the day. But yeah, it's hell, man. I'm barely treading water.
Soul in the midnight rain.
like to say, once your head calls the concrete floor its bed, sometimes there's no coming back from it.
My name's Christian Harold Field from Seattle, Washington. Christian Harold Field. I'm a good guy in America. I represent God because my name's Christian. And I have a dog with me. And I represent God. And the reason I've been on the streets is because I like it. I like to be outside. I don't like to be inside at night. I like the vibrance at nighttime. I like the vibrance, I have to be honest. I don't break the law. I did 10 years ago with domestic violence with women. I've been with women all my life. I'm a beautiful guy, but I always have to take care of women and children and dogs, you know? And so I took a break from that. I had methamphetamine problems. I did methamphetamine. I used to hit the bubble, and now I hit the jackpot. I hit the jackpot. My name's Christian Harold Field, safe go.
Are you still using?
No.
Not at all? Just
The
drinking?
devil wants me to smoke the fucking pipe today. I'm not gonna do it.
I guess you say a homeless junkie, but I'm not. You know, I just, it's because of the drugs and the past history, because that's why I'm on the pills. It's methamphetamine, so I've been on some weird shit, and it's caught up with me. It's caught up with me in jail. They offer me pills in jail. I refuse. But they keep coming at me with the pills.
What are we talking about?
Zyprexa. It's a Lanzapine, so it's a mood stabilizer. So it changes your mood.
And you don't want to dabble with that?
I do.
You do?
Yeah, I think it's the best.
You think it'll help?
I think it's the best choice for me.
It's so weird. It's like I used to commute and be one of these normie norms, but now I'm smoking dope, probably doing other scandalous things here in Kent Station on the opposite end of the coin. And it's really weird because I remember when I used to commute and go to work on the 567 or the 566 or sometimes the 169 to Renton and then up through Skyway to Georgetown, the worst commute of my life. But I had an apartment, I had a job, I was doing well, but my husband left me and my mind, I kind of lost myself, and I tried meth for the first time. And from there, lost my apartment. I was having trouble keeping jobs. Had a job at Starbucks corporate through a temp agency very briefly, but I keep trying. My last job was last year at Panera Bread in Kent, so I'm just trying to get I have a driver's license still. Almost no record, but just had a misdemeanor the other day, but I think I did good. I had a good run. Almost 37, no record, so we're gonna try to get it reduced to, I just have to watch my drinking, but I'm working on my mental health, so it's a whirlwind of being kind of seeing both sides of the coin, you know.
Going from one extreme to the other.
I had an office in Smith Tower right there for a company called Gratify, Seattle startup, so it's just really weird. It's like, now I'm like camping out right here, you know, it's just interesting, kind of fascinating. I've been wanting to write a book.
Make the best of what you got, and this is it. If anything good comes or better comes, good, but sadly, you know, TV tells you one thing, reality tells you another. You know, you're lucky, knock on your wood, pray to whatever God, if you believe in a God, and go to sleep saying, lucky me tonight, because tomorrow this can be your world, and it ain't so lucky out here, baby.
So then, do you think everyone, you know, has their own destiny? Do you think these people out here are, was it choices, or do you believe that some of these people just had a bad card? We're just
a lot in today's day is bad cards.
You think?
By far and out, I've been around. I was in the 10 cities. I know what the difference. We're all together in the situation. So what looks like is a lot is a little. That's what people don't understand. Yes, there's drugs, there's junkies, but in today's world, sadly, it's the minority more than what it is the majority. The majority of these people are like myself, that sadly we lost our jobs, and there was no, modern technology takes over, you know, people lose, people lose, people lose. And this is what happens, you know? So it's not what people have to, or let me say, people have to understand it's not what it was maybe 30 years ago, or what you would consider a homeless in the old days, you know?
Yeah.
As I thought when I came to the world, the homeless world, I thought, I'll be homeless, you know, be bum.
The lifestyle, yeah.
There's nothing else.
Yeah.
And I've lost in less than 3 years, over 8 people, friends of mine, you know.
Friends out here?
Yeah, living out here on the street. And that becomes sad because you're like, wow, you know. And the word always gets around. When somebody dies, we all find out about it somehow or another.
And is it usually drug related?
No.
No?
No. That's why I say to your camera, if in case it goes out to people, don't think that everybody is in that situation. And if a lot are, sadly, you have to fall into it, because think about how depressive, how sad it really is when you know that you're not gonna sleep anywhere, where you have to worry about, where am I gonna go to?
Survival instincts kick in.
You know, yeah. Sleep on the floor, somebody on top of you, like it used to happen to me when I was asleep on the streets. You know? Yeah. Or the women having to worry, what if these crazy men at night hurt me? So, you know, we know that change is changing, and people talk about the change. Whatever change comes, it'll be hard. But if we don't do something quick, the good people are sadly going to turn bad. And you can change bad people and turn them into good, but you can't do the opposite. Once you're good, turn bad, we're all screwed. We're all screwed.
You are proof that there is a huge misconception of why people are out here.
Oh, definitely. I mean, shoot. I owned a business for 7 years in Kirkland on the waterfront, Carillon Point. I did gift basket, specialty food, and fine wine. And then I got a divorce, and it all went away. So that was like 10 years ago. And so, yeah, I was Washington Corporation. I had 10 employees. So, yeah. So this just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But it happened.
Yeah.
So, but I don't want to live with somebody that's going to hit me.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
You never know when he goes drinking and he comes home at night. His name, he calls me his motherfucking bitch cut-ass. Yeah. Don't know where he came up with that one. Pretty darn good. But yeah, I should have known better because he used to beat his ex-wife Jenny. But
So there's a history of it?
yes. Nobody likes to live in fear.
No.
I mean, the last thing he said to me when I left, I will kill you. So that was good enough for me. So, ain't no going back now. He broke my nose, I think, 3 times.
3 times.
Yep, he's ripped hair out of my head. He used to punch me in the stomach.
Would you say it was hard for you to get out of that situation because you were just scared? Or maybe just optimistic that...
Yeah, I didn't figure I'd be on the streets of Seattle.
Ideally, what would you want to be doing? Or is this what you want to be doing?
I would be ideally, getting paid for writing poetry.
You into poetry?
I've published a few books.
Really?
Yeah. Look me up on Amazon, Jeffrey Whitelaw.
Well, I got a parenting plan. I hope to see my son. So, trying to be the best father I can be.
Yeah. How old is he?
He's 6 years old.
Okay, and with the mom?
Yeah, he's with his mother. And she's probably working, doing her job.
Okay.
Doing, sacrificing her life for him.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not the best father. I'm out here just doing what I'm doing. I go to my appointments. I make my appointments. So, if I keep on doing that,
you get out of this.
I'll get out of this.
Yeah.
I'll be able to see my son.
If I hadn't started drinking and drugging when I was young, I might have been something. But I never.
I mean, it's never too late though.
I never really had a chance. I'm gonna finish this bottle and then go steal some more wine. And
Where do you get that from?
this I got from a Rite Aid on Avenue.
You're not worried about getting caught, thrown in prison, or thrown in jail?
I mean, I am, but if it happens, it happens. At least I'll be warm and fed.
I've been staying at the mission and I've been staying at the Salvation Army.
How is it in there? Okay?
It's all right except for the crazy ones, but who ain't?
So then back in Kentucky, were you working at some point?
Oh no, I've retired, but
yeah, what were you doing when you were working?
What? I fought fires.
Wow. You do that for a while?
Yeah, 5 years.
Are we talking like forest fires?
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, but they don't have benefits for somebody that gets out there and runs a chainsaw and cuts down trees that are flaming on fire, and there's families with you're saving lives. I don't get it. You're out there battling it to save residents, and then when you go to them for help, they deny you.
So ideally, what would you want to be doing?
Right now?
Yeah.
Fighting fires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the chief of staff.
Because I'm doing something.
As long as they can work with him, and I can see him pressing him to run this guy.
Sitting here is not doing nothing.
Do you have some sort of plan to get back on your feet?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's got their problems.
At least I'm not a crackhead.
Absolutely, man.
At least I'm not shooting heroin.
Right.
I smoke weed and I'm an alcoholic.
Give me comfort for myself. I don't like my city anymore. And give me feelings that I never felt. What does my future have in store? And I don't think I can hear the answers to the questions in my heart. And I think I can just deflect with laughter, even if I'm torn apart. Oh Lord, I was never meant for this.
I hope I'm not sleeping out here when I'm 72 years old.
I hope not.
No, my goal is to get back into housing.
Yeah.
Yep. Chief Seattle Club, I've signed up for some housing there, but there's a wait. There's a wait all over the city. It's not just me.
Yeah.
A lot of natives. Hopefully soon.
I hope so.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
That's all I can do.
Well, if a person can't be honest, with another person or any other person, they need to get checked. Because there's no reason to lie about nothing.
It's hard to do, man. It's hard to be honest.
Well, if you're gonna lie to somebody else, you're lying to yourself.
Like, this is a mortal game. You're in this with your whole life. And you'd think that what that would mean, at least in part, is that you need to find a game to play that's of sufficient grandeur and nobility so that perhaps even the fact that mortality is built into the structure now becomes justifiable. I mean, it's a hell of an ambition. But it doesn't seem to me to be something that's impossible. I think you can live your life enough so that it justifies itself despite its limitation. That's the real question. Can you do that? And I believe that you can, and I believe that what that means is that the human spirit fundamentally triumphs over death. And so that's optimism, you know, in the midst of the sorrow and the malevolence. We have the capacity to transcend that. And there isn't anything more optimistic than that. And there's nothing in it that isn't good. Right? It's good for you. It's good for the people you love. It's good for the broader society. It's like it's good. And that'll take you through your times of travail. There isn't anything else that will. And then maybe on your deathbed you can think, I justified the privilege, the terrible privilege of my existence. And maybe that's good enough. It's possible that that's good enough. You certainly don't have anything better to do than that, as far as I can tell.
I feel stuck, you know, like I told my mom, I was talking to my mom the other day, and I asked her, why is it that I'm happier out here on the street than living indoors? Can you tell me that?
That's what you asked her?
Yeah.
And what'd she say?
I don't know. She just said that she didn't know. She doesn't know why.
peace, J Cash, number 30. Broski, Lil Johnny, rest in peace. I'm a good person. I just want everybody to just stick together, man. Sometimes people need you. Nobody's different than nobody. I just want everybody to stick together. That's the type of person I am. And hi, Mom.
I was raised with my grandpa when I was a kid. Me and my brother, we had it pretty rough because our uncles were almost the same age as us, a little bit older. And moved to Salt Lake, stayed in a trailer. It's been pretty poor my whole life, so I'm just used to it. I sleep on the ground and eat where I can, what I can. I've gotten pretty used to it.
There's nothing really that I want and everything because life is just really getting to me and it's really starting to hurt me a lot more. And I don't have none of my family, don't have nobody that I can really go and say, hey mom, hey bro. It's all just starting to get to me, so I'm just like really in that sad part and everything.
Yeah.
It's all just getting to my heart. So I'm just trying to just stay calm and just keep in a good mood and not let myself get angry.
Nevertheless, how long I've been homeless, I think it's a testimony to my character. I'm out here on the streets, I'm not in the prison. I haven't been to prison. The bottom line is, why come they're racist? Why come they're Aryan Nation? Why come they're Ku Klux Klan? Why come they're skinheads? Why come hate sites are the most visited sites on the internet? Because of sexual deviancy. When you got a perverted, sick, twisted, demonic, sexual Satanist, think about all the children that's missing.
Just now went up to DESC and I have an appointment with them next week as long as I get a shelter bed there, and I just got a shelter bed there this morning, and so I'm hoping that I make some progress in finding the help that I need, because I've never felt more alone in my life. I've just kind of been like really alone.